at Like Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing well on this Tuesday evening. Yeah, or whenever you end up watching this. Uh, so, with all that said, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you like what you see here. Decide to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, hit that like button, all those different things that help support the channel. And for those of you who have already been rocking with your girl for a minute, hopefully some of you guys come trickling in soon. Um, yeah, you guys already know what I'm gonna say, right? Thank you for being my A1 day ones. And thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate all of you guys who end up tapping in tonight. So I'm not gonna spiel too long. I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear, as you guys saw in the title. This is a general energy reading, just kind of seeing what's going on with you guys. I haven't been on in like over a week, I think. So yeah, over a week. So probably like a week and a half. Sorry. Just had a lot of other stuff going on and been tired and stuff like that. But I felt pushed and drawn to read tonight. So I do hope that somebody at least taps in, even if it's just one person. But yeah, so like I said, general message reading, just kind of seeing what's going on with you guys. Hopefully people tap in. And so I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And just pull maybe 3 or 4 cards from here just to get like a little bit of a general consensus of what, some of the energy might be looking like. And then dive a little bit deeper with another deck after that. We'll tap into some tarot and go from there. So, without further ado, um, let's pull from this deck. Excuse me. Very unladylike, I know. I'm going to pull from here. All right, so when I split the deck, we have a leg up and imagine. Interesting. I did cleanse the space also. I want to let you guys know that as well. I didn't even shuffle I didn't do a prayer or anything just yet. I always do that first, but something told me just to pull from this and just see what happens. Um, I don't know if any of you guys have had some ideas when it comes to like a creative project or something like that, but I am getting something like that for somebody who might end up watching and tapping in. Like one leg up on the competition kind of thing, whether it's like your own individual venture or like something with like a company that you work with or something like that. You're ready to maybe present a big idea to people. I'm not sure. I have no idea where this is going. So we shall see. But and also I am seeing people popping in. This is a general reading, so I have no idea what's going to come out at all. It's not a love reading or anything like that. It's just very general. I'm not doing personals at this particular time, but I would say keep keep an ear out slash eye out for when I am doing those type of readings, because I do also do that. All right, so we have yin here. So this is kind of a, I'm getting a message. Bear with me. This is a message of being in ebb and flow right now. Trying to balance things out, trying to figure out, how to pour into your cup. Like if you look at the illustration here, literally it's somebody pouring into something. Yin and yang, right? So this is the yin side of the yang. Trying to pour into something. I'm not sure if you guys have been feeling depleted of your energy lately. Some of you might feel like that. A lot of us have been feeling like that, myself included. Feeling very, very just tired and, maybe overpouring, trying to, Spirit has spoken. They're like, yep, that's exactly it. And before I started this reading, I had like a little cough attack. So I'm even getting throat chakra energy with that too. Something that you might want to say to somebody. If that's been kind of a thing, let me know if that resonates in the comment section. But maybe feeling like you need to talk to somebody, maybe in a work setting or something like that, that you've been feeling like you've been pouring in too much energy. Let me know if that makes sense for anyone. Remember, this is a collective message, so it's going to be different for everybody. All right, so we have two cards that came out. We have happy, happy. I just heard happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Anybody who likes Ren and Stimpy, if you're a 90s baby or 80s baby and grew up in that era. And we also have all that glitters. So you know how they say, like, not everything that glitters is gold, right? I think that you guys are trying to just figure out how to be in a happier place. But again, the energy we just saw, it's like you've been kind of overextending somewhere in your life. So that's kind of like a time to figure out, where am I overpouring, where am I overextending, where it's starting to make me feel depleted. Definitely been in your head a lot about something. You have thinker here, along with community. Maybe some of you guys have been thinking about the people in your community. And what I mean by that is like the people who you consider people who are like your camaraderies, right? Like people who you are close to, you know, people who are your co-workers, you know, team members, things like that. Even family sometimes. Yeah, look, milk and honey is in the reverse here. And that there could be a reason why. It's on the bottom of the deck here. Especially with that number 51 there, adds up to 6, which is about balancing things out. It could kind of give like that whole like energy of 6 of Pentacles, which is about generosity. Again, going back to overextending. You know, you give everybody all the things that you have to offer, but then nobody gives to you or into the connections that you create in the same capacity as you do. The fates. This is a time of learning. New life in the middle of the deck here. So this is definitely a time of learning, right? Time of, I heard the word exposure. Things being exposed, maybe about whether it's like your own things, like your own ways of thinking, your own behavior patterns and things like that, or people around you being exposed even. Things that maybe you haven't wanted to see for what it really is. Like you see it, but you don't want to accept it. You know, sometimes when we build relationships with people, look at that, I'm telling you. I was about to say, sometimes when, you know, we build relationships and stuff with people and stuff like that, work, whatever, and, you know, we convince ourselves, oh yeah, everything's fine, and it's not. We have chaos and conflict here. So that could resonate with somebody. Like I said, even if only one person resonates with this message, like that lets me know that I did my job. Tell us more. Two cards came out. Yep, exactly. This is giving me some confirmations. So we have never ending story. Hey Aya, what's up, girl? Happy you're here. Along with round and round. So it's literally like you feel like you're on a hamster wheel at this point, with some of the conflicts and stuff that's happening, right? Again, wanting to be in a better place, wanting to feel happier, but realizing not everything that glitters is gold, right? Realizing that you've been overextending or overpouring into different areas of your life, whatever that may look like for you. Seeing that, you know, certain things and people in your life are not what they have seemed to be. And now you're realizing, you know what? This has just been a revolving fucking door of bullshit. Right? And it gets to be a lot sometimes. And I think that a lot of you guys are kind of coming to grips with that for those of you who do end up, resonating with this message. Um, and as you kind of come to grips with it, like you kind of give a leg up on the situations that you're in. Um, we have blessed here on the bottom of the deck, but it's in reverse. It's almost like, the longer you stay in these circumstances, the longer that you hold out from your own, yeah. See, throat chakra. I said something about throat chakra earlier. The longer that you kind of keep letting these things happen, because I do feel like this is kind of like about free will here too. Um, the longer that you kind of keep yourself in these kind of circumstances, you're kind of blocking your blessings. So just keep in mind that, yeah, we have poised here in the middle of the deck. Maybe like that's the attitude you're trying to maintain, right? Like I'm very poised, and you know, I'm not that person who likes conflict and like blah blah blah. You don't have to like conflict. I don't like conflict either. I see a lot of people who I recognize those names, and I'm glad to see you. Janelli is here. What's up? My girl Aya is here. Demond is here. Soul of a Man. Go check them out. They're amazing at what they do. So yeah, it's like sometimes we want to take the higher road, right? And we're like, oh yeah, no, I can't do that, I can't say that. And it's like, but at the same time, this is a time to be vocal, right? There's a reason why before I started this reading I was like coughing out of nowhere. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? I was fine. And I was coughing, and I definitely was picking up on like throat chakra energy. It's like even right now, like you might hear like it's becoming raspy out of nowhere. And it's like, uh, because there's something that you guys have to say to somebody. So let me get one more from here. I'm like, is this his fucking allergies or what? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's deeper than that, right? Flexible. It came out in the reverse. Perhaps some of you guys have just been feeling like, like you can't be flexible anymore. Truth be told, right? Gaining some knowledge here. Maybe you've been flexible for so long and just kind of letting shit kind of go. And now you're like, nah, I can't do it anymore. In order to protect my peace, I have to speak my peace. I can't keep on doing this, weird back and forth shit anymore. Exchanging gifts in the middle of the deck. Yeah. Because the thing is, I said it earlier, but I'm picking up on like there's something about like, and I literally saw the card in my head, the Six of Pentacles, which is about generosity and equal giving and take. I feel like a lot of people who end up resonating with this reading, they're not getting that, and it's like, okay, how much more of that can I deal with? You know what I mean? And it's ironic too because like I'm picking up from some of the same decks that I read from the other night for my son, who he just turned 18. I don't want to talk about it. I did not cry. I'm so proud of myself. And I only have one kid, and it's my 18-year-old son. And he wanted a reading because he's going through some stuff, and he was like, "Ma, can you do a reading for me?" So I read for him. That was in a sense like my birthday present to him, other than some other more major things, and yeah. So he's about to be a business owner. Like he's about to be a sole proprietor of a company where he's a musician. He's going to be engineering and mastering music and all kind of cool stuff. All right, like it's really really cool. All the stuff that this 18-year-old that I have is going to be doing. I'm so amazed at the stuff that he's been able to do with the help of his soul tribe, aka his family, and his close friends. Like I'm super blessed to have the son that I have, but I'm not gonna go reeling too much with that because then I might start crying. But yes, this is about you guys and not about me. But Yeah, let me know if you guys have been resonating with like the earlier part of the message though. And I am going to also pull a few from here, the Zodiac 108. This gives a little more insight about like your circumstances at this time, and then I'll look into the tarot and go from there. Okay, see, yeah, see, forked road, and it came out in the reverse. So basically, it's saying that there is some decisions, right? You're at that fork in the road in life when it comes to something, and it's a very difficult decision to make. A lot of you guys are going to resonate with the idea of it being like leaving a job or leaving certain people behind who you trusted a lot, who you want to continue to trust, but there's just something that's amiss, and you know that the energy is off. You know that either you overpour into those connections or something. It's going to be different for everybody, so please let me know if it resonates and if it doesn't. But like, take the messages as they come out, okay? Definitely a card flipped. What is this? Something might be happening in the summer for some of you guys. We are in spring currently, so this could be something that's happening very, very soon. Tell us more. So, some type of decision. Some type of decision. What is this? Yeah, and the thing is, there's going to be like a very deep meaning behind whatever this is. And look, we have community here twice. So this card is well. And one of the things that resonated with me as I was looking at the card is community. So we have community here. And community is on this card as well. So you guys definitely are about to be like having to make some type of decision when it comes to understanding what people mean in your life, what certain circumstances and situations mean in your life at this time. You're becoming more conscious about what this stuff actually means to you right now. Tell us more. Hey, Chosen, what's up? Hey, Nate. Please bear with me because like I don't have my glasses on, so when I happen to like look up and I can actually see something, I'm like, oh hey, what's up? I'm not trying to ignore messages or anything like that. It's just when I can see them, I can see them, and when I can't, I can't. All right, so we got 2 cards that just came out. All right, so we have Repairman, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is about healing. Right, being in a place of healing. I'm also getting heart chakra with that one. I'm also seeing a lot of green in general with these cards that have been coming out. It came out along with Person of Fire, so I'll read that card just because it's not as self-explanatory. It says, the transcending leader, confident, visionary, catalyst, energetic, entrepreneur, sexy, outgoing, creative, ruthless, courageous, strong-willed, and some occupations might include teacher, actress, entrepreneur, artist, and PR. Those came out together. So there might be a person in your energy who, if you're resonating with this reading so far, they might happen to have some of those characteristics. They might actually be a fire sign. Let me know if it resonates. But I'm seeing a lot of green here, which is also giving me like somebody who might have earth in their chart somewhere. So I don't know if maybe some of you guys are earth signs. But I'm getting a lot of different signs here. I will say that. But I'm going intuitive here because there's water here too, but I'm not picking up on water. I'm picking up more so on like earth and fire right now, mostly. Let's look at the other cards from earlier. A lot of stuff going on here. Especially because there's going to be different people watching. So signs are not necessarily like that important, but when I pick up on something, a lot of times they're, you know, relatively important. We have crystal ball here. Intuition, premonition, seeing clearly, discernment, perception, sixth sense, instinct, divination, future planning, ESP, past, present, future, gut reaction, and inner knowing. This is basically like the high priestess of this particular deck. Um, so some of you might be very intuitive when it comes to what you've been picking up on when it comes to the different energies around you. So at this time, it's basically like pay attention to that, right? Especially because like there's cards that say things like perception, right? True feelings. Like you're getting like these different cards as I'm looking at the other cards that were out before. They're essentially kind of like pointing you, like saying, hey, you know, something fell off about that, right? Like pay attention to that, you know? Again, maybe you've been too flexible, too understanding about something or someone. And now like things are kind of, you know, being revealed. Revelations happening. You have crack shot, competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, skilled, excel, arrogant, first class. So it could be somebody who has been in your energy who has some of those characteristics, or it could be you. Um, I'm getting it might be the other person though. It might be somebody who's very really like strong-willed and like they're like almost like maybe why it's hard for you to communicate with this person. For those of you who are resonating with the message, if you've been having a hard time communicating with a certain person in particular, it could be because of that sense of like they're really like just like sharp tongue. Like anytime you have anything to say to them, it's just like it gets shut down. You know what I mean? Like they make you feel like shit, and that's not good. Those are not people that you want in your life, whether it's a loved one, friend, family member type shit, a romantic partner. If it's work related, like who wants a boss who talks to you like that, right? Like those are things that you don't want in your life, right? You want people who are around you who actually want to hear what you have to say. And I think that a lot of you guys are trying to find like the deeper meaning as to why is this relationship or these relationships happening. Again, overpouring, overextending. How do I get out of these circumstances, out of these situations? Now, it definitely comes down to free will, of course. But yeah, look, bottom of the deck, we have cross, sacrifice, down for the cost, release, let go, giving up, surrender, puts others first. That's what I was picking up on. For the greater good, dogma, heroic effort, purpose driven, martyrdom, and heed the call. So there's some type of energy of letting go finally kind of happening for a lot of you guys, or you know, getting ready to happen. And it's because of the fact that you're starting to realize like, hey, I can't keep on extending into these relationships and circumstances like this. It's draining me. I'm tired emotionally, physically, so on and so forth, spiritually. Like it's taking so much out of you that you have to kind of let it go. Yeah, because look, you're in this energy of, or trying to be in this energy of healing. Now we have more. Remember, I kept saying I'm seeing so much green on the spread, more green, which is about healing. So yeah, a lot of green here. Um, this is definitely a time to start pinpointing where these relationships need to start to change. For some of you, it could be romantic, because we do have roses here. But I just heard Miley Cyrus, I can buy myself flowers. You know that song, right? Everybody knows that song. But what I'm getting there is you can pour into yourself. You don't need anybody to sit there and like be the person that's going to dictate how you feel about yourself, whether it's romantically or work related or whatever. Because those of us who have worked at places where, you know, we've been there for years and years and years, myself included, and have been mistreated and or overworked and underpaid, so on and so forth. Like you're gonna resonate with this. Like there's a lot of people who are gonna resonate with this topic, even if it's very, very I heard the word generic. That's not the word I was gonna use, but we'll go with that. Right? It's gonna look different for everybody. Ten of Cups and the Empress. Your overall happiness and trying to grow. Like, what does that look like for you? So it look like different things for everybody. You know? Some people it's about your family. Some people it's about, you know, just your career and finances. Like, it's going to be literally different for everybody. So I am going to do a quick little 4-card spread with the tarot. See what that looks like. And go from there. For those of you who are resonating with this reading, and you're still here, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you've been rocking with your girl already, definitely hit that like button too. All those things help with the channel. Liking it, hitting the notification bell. Now, I talked about this earlier. We have the 6 of Pentacles here on the bottom. So again, goes right back to what I was saying that I was picking up earlier. Overextending. You know, that sense of generosity. Always giving to everybody else and nobody's giving to you. Right? So a lot of you guys might be resonating with that message. All right. So what's the overall energy here? Here's the most accurate message. Thank you. Moving on. Yes, I like that energy actually. 6 of Swords. So this is an energy of moving from the rough waters to the calmer waters. The transitional period of your life. Healing, right? Progression. And the thing is, like, the hard part of that is, as I'm looking at the middle of this spread that I have here already laid out, you know, trying to find that deeper meaning, right? Deeper meaning. What does this all mean? That's always a hard part when it comes to trying to understand, like, for instance, what, you know, a certain person means in your life, or certain people, certain circumstances, like work and so on and so forth. It's going to be different for everybody. But trying to understand what does all of that mean. It looks different for everybody. And I would say for most of you guys, like, the main purpose is like you're trying to like seek and understand meaning as to what does all this mean as you work on this progression, as you work on this healing. Big part of this. It's never fun. It's never fun. Yeah, walking away. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. You're walking away from things and circumstances and people that just no longer serve you. Tell us more. So right now, a lot of you guys are just kind of, you know, fighting for yourself, fighting for what you believe in. But this Seven of Wands here. Fighting for the cause, you know what I mean? And the cause is your self-preservation. Like, what does that look like for you? You know what I mean? Standing your ground. What does that mean to you? It's going to be very individualized. Like, some people are just like, I just want to have more of an opinion in a boardroom. For some of you, it's my boyfriend or my girlfriend, when I tell them, hey, wash the goddamn dishes, I'm tired of doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it can be something as frivolous as that, like, it's gonna be different for everybody. I promise you. But the whole point is, it's like, now it's like you're at this point in your life where you're like, okay, I have allowed for people to walk all over me for so long, I can't do it anymore. This is a time for me to stand up for myself. For some of you, it has to do with, your own family. It's going to be different for everybody. But it always goes back to the fact that you guys have been giving to people too much. Six of Pentacles keeps showing up. And the thing is, some of you guys are so emotionally attached to like these circumstances in your life, whether it's people or whatever, work, so on and so forth. And that's why it's so hard for you to be able to find that deeper meaning and understand what this is all supposed to mean. But you're starting to come out of that. You're starting to use like head over heart a little bit more and say, okay, yes, I care about these people. I care about these circumstances in my life. But at the same time, I'm realizing that I can't keep pouring from an empty cup. So for those of you who are resonating, that might be how you've been feeling. You can't pour from an empty cup. And like, I don't want to start getting emotional here because I'm not going to do it today. Those of you who have been rocking with your girl, you know that I cry in here sometimes because I'm a fucking pansy, but not today. Not today. But yeah, like, I'm picking up on that energy. I'm an empath, so I'm picking up on it. Like, somebody is like feeling like just so damn tired. That's where I heard. So damn tired. Like, you're like, you're over it. Like, I have nothing else to give to whatever this is. Right? I say I as in like, this is you. For whoever resonates with this. I'm tired. That's what I keep hearing. Yeah, it's time to put your put your guards up a little bit and stand up for yourself and be like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. Tell us more. Okay, so we got, okay, Spirit playing with y'all asses right now. So this is what we got. We got 4 cards that came out as I'm asking about, so what's like the incoming energy here. So we have the Empress. Actually, there's 3 major arcana here. We have the Empress, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords, and the Judgment. So as I interpret these cards, what I'm picking up on is essentially there are a lot of big changes that can come through towards you. However, keyword however, you have to be the one to make that major decision, right? There's an awakening happening right now with that Judgment card. There's an awakening happening where you have to make a decision for yourself to say, what the fuck do I want? We're just gonna have to call a spade here. What do you want for yourself? You have to be the one to make those major changes. You have to release. You have to let go with that Hanged Man energy. You know, you do not want to keep yourself confined and stuck in your own situations by not making these decisions, because there is so much growth, opportunities for growth here with this Empress card. There's opportunities for growth that you're meant to take opportunity of, but you can't do that without making some decisions. You have to make some changes here. Easier said than done, trust me, I understand. But you know, there's a reason why those cards came out the way that they did. You know, there might be anxieties and fears that, you know, kind of keep you feeling a little bit stagnant and stuck with this Four of Swords on the bottom, but they're like, it's time to let go. For some of you, this has to do with career stuff. Let me know if that resonates, but it's gonna be different for everybody. Like I said before, we do have the Queen of Pentacles on the top of the deck, middle, the Tower. Yeah, you're going through like major transitional periods right now. Major, so many major arcanas, and just this is a lot going on. So it's like it's a shakeup of everything that you felt like you knew, everything in your life that you're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? The comfortability that you've had for like long periods of time is like, yeah, nah. It's gonna start all crumbling down. Come tumbling down, because you're not gonna be comfortable anymore. That comfortability that you thought you had is about to be gone. And it's because the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is basically saying, hey, certain things have to change. Whether it's, you know, your way of thinking, your patterns, so on and so forth, people in your life who have not had the best, you know, your best interest at heart, like all those things are about to start coming to the surface, and you're gonna have to make some decisions. So it's basically, how do you move about all of that, right? So that you can grow and expand and not stay stagnant and stuck in your circumstances. Tell us more. Yeah. So they're basically saying anything that's been keeping you feeling stuck and stagnant, I say stagnant, I'm country as hell. I'm from Connecticut, but my family's from down south. Um, anything that's been making you feel like you've been stuck and stagnant, especially when it comes to your finances, they're like, look, because this is a Ten of Pentacles here. In the reverse, they're basically saying like anything, because I'm asking about advice right now. Anything that's been making you feel stuck and stagnant, especially when it comes to finances, they're like, or family circumstances, they're like, this is a time to start letting go and rebuilding, planning. They're like, take your time, do not do anything in haste with this Knight of Pentacles here. Take your time, don't rush the process. Things might take some time for you to get there. Yep, see, Six of fucking cups, I'm telling you. For a lot of you guys, it has to do with family. It could be your own parents for some of you. That seems a little more specific, very specific in facts, but here is something along those lines. And, or at the very least, something to do with family for a lot of you guys, or people who've considered as family. Yeah. They're basically like, don't look at anything as like a missed opportunity, because the thing is, like, these are people who might have been causing you to miss opportunities to begin with. This is a time to start using your best judgment and saying, I gotta do stuff for myself now. Making my own decisions, my own choices. You know, if there's been people who kind of been orchestrating, that's the word I heard, orchestrating, pulling strings behind the scenes, trying to get you to do shit that you don't really want to do, that type of shit. Yeah, nah, fuck that. I'm getting something like that. Like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody, so please take it as it resonates. But I did pick up on something along those lines. All right. What's going on behind the scenes that the collective might not know? Here's most accurate message. Somebody's watching you. Got the Page of Swords. So somebody's paying attention to you. Watching really closely. It could be a water sign. We got the King of Cups here. It could be a water sign. I'm also getting as another message though. Spirit wanted me to say this again because I talked about emotions before. Do not let your emotions get the best of you when it comes to somebody who's been in your energy, who's watching you, who might come back around after they've been watching you for a bit. Um, don't let somebody come back into your energy tugging on your heartstrings is what I'm also getting. Yeah, see? Knight of Cups. Somebody might be trying to come up with some type of offer of some sort. So if it's a romantic gesture or something like that, be careful. If it's just somebody who happens to know how to tug on your heartstrings, there's a lot of emotions involved here with all these cups. Um, be mindful of that. Yeah, especially if you show up at because you're show. I think this is you guys, Queen of Pentacles. So that's somebody who's very generous, very giving, and we talked about that throughout this whole reading. Somebody who's very, very giving and generous. Put dead that shit with the death card. Dead that shit right there. Do not let anybody else come into your energy doing that shit. Right? Fucking with you in that way. Let's get one more from here. If this is resonating with any of you guys who are still here, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell. Definitely another great way to help the channel. You can make comments. You can leave reactions. All those things are super helpful and let me know that I'm connecting with you. All right, so as the likely outcome, we have the Tower. It's in the reverse. I actually am not mad at that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I feel like this is, even though I'm asking about what is the likely outcome, the Tower in the reverse is usually about resisting change. I feel like you guys are about to get out of that. That's just what I'm picking up on it feeling. Yeah, see, look. Thank you, Spirit. You went from this, over generous with that Queen of Pentacles, to this, Queen of Swords on the top. Okay? So you're getting out of that energy of resisting change, or that energy that we were picking up on of people who are overly generous, always there for everybody else. That you're about to start making like head over heart decisions. Hey Lati, what's up, sis? Happy you're here. Love you. Yes, we have the Magician here in the middle of the deck. So yeah, you guys are, you're creating your own reality, right? And the thing is, this was a long time coming for some of you guys. Like, this was not easy. This energy of overextending and having to see people in situations for what they really are is never easy for anyone. Let's get one more from here. Any other message from the tarot? Thank you. Yeah. We have the Five of Cups, which makes perfect fucking sense, right? Being realistic with ourselves here, right? It's like, it's this energy of knowing that you have to leave things behind. Nobody ever wants to leave things behind that they really care about. Remember, I was saying there's something really like heartfelt here. I kept on picking up on the energy of green. I kept saying that early in the reading, which is the heart chakra. I kept feeling that. I'm like, there's something about that green color that is like really sticking out, and now it's making a lot more sense as we progress with the reading. And it's basically saying this is definitely a period of time where there's a lot of healing happening here. Hey, babe. There's a lot of healing happening for a lot of people, and it is painful. It's not easy. Leaving things and people behind, even your own ways of doing things or thinking, right? There's this sense of when we're honest with ourselves, there's a sense of grievance there. Hence this card. We're leaving behind a lot of things that make it very difficult to move forward. There's a lot of pains. There's a lot of anxieties and fears with this moon card here. Um, but we're leaving it behind with this Three of Wands, right? Picking up the pieces and moving forward. We did see that Tower card. Picking up the pieces, moving forward, right? But there's that conflict and chaos. We did see that card earlier too, in a whole different deck. Conflict and chaos that comes with it. And the reason why is because, you know, it's funny because like earlier, was it today or was it last night? I kept hearing Battle of the Heart. There's a song by one of my favorite artists. Her name is Guapale. And some of you might know who she is if you know that song, Closer to My Dreams. Drake had like sampled it like a long time ago. But like the point I'm making here is she has a song that's called Battle of the Heart, and she's talking about when you're trying to like make head over heart decisions and how hard it can be to be able to say, okay, well, as much as like, you know, my heart is into whatever it is that you're dealing with, my brain is telling me like, nah. Logic comes in and you're just like, yep, nope, not doing it, you know. And it's because it's like a fear-based response, and it's basically kind of what we see here is like, you know, again, leaving behind the things that you're so used to, things that you've been invested in, especially when it comes to your emotions. When your emotions are, you know, at play, it's very, very difficult to move forward and say, okay, yeah, nah, I'm just gonna leave it behind. It's not easy at all. Um, let's see. I'm not gonna pull too many more cards because I'm getting tired. I'm also hungry. I didn't really eat much today. Gotta work on that. But so I pulled from this awesome deck that my girl Aya got me, or not got me, but gave me. And let's see what comes out here. Shuffle a few times. Maybe get like maybe 2 cards from here. And I pull from one more card after, deck after this one. For those of you who are resonating, hit that like button. If you're new and you haven't done so already, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that support. I know I have not been on here as much as I used to be, but I'm gonna try to do better. I've just been not where I need to be, so I want to make sure anytime I'm on here, I'm like present. You know what I mean? Yeah, look, see? The wall, obstacles, right? Blockages, things that have been keeping you, you know, from where you're trying to go. We did talk about that earlier. Let me see. Like, there was a card that said something along those lines, wasn't there? There was a card that said something along those lines, but I feel like it might have just been within a deck and I saw it. But the point of the matter is, you guys have been just feeling like you're hitting a wall. Obstacle after obstacle, conflict after conflict. And it's about to start looking up, especially with the number 56 on here, which adds up to 11, you know. Lucky number 11, right? Things about to start looking up. 49, as I said that. So it's like, just, you know, start thinking of it from that perspective. as hard as it may be sometimes, because Lord knows, when you're going through it, when you're in the motions, right? The ebb and flow of life, which I mentioned earlier, you're just like, I don't know if I could do this anymore. We have Metox here. It says repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Yes, absolutely. So a lot of you guys are just feeling like you need to like take care of your bodies more, just feeling super tired. And I talked about that or spoke about that earlier. A lot of you guys just possibly just feeling just really just like that hamster wheel energy, right? Just, yeah, there we go. Two cards that kind of represent that. We got that never ending story along with round and round, right? That hamster wheel. Like, it just feels like you're just doing the same shit every day. Like Groundhog fucking Day. It's like, when are things gonna look up? When are things gonna change? When are things gonna get better? And it's like, the thing is, you gotta make sure you don't ever forget about yourself. Easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. Okay, if anybody understands, it's me. Um, but yeah, be like, take a time to be in your own space and your own energy, to just do something nice for yourself. Relax. Debrief, meditate, work out if you're into that kind of thing. Eat something meaningful to you, to your body, nourishing to your body. When I did a reading for my son the other day, that came up in the reading too. Um, Meaningful eating, not just eating because you're hungry, but eating because you're trying to nourish your body. Thinking about and intentionally eating, like, what are you putting into your body? This is not me like trying to preach or anything like that. It's just showing up in the reading. And I will tell you this right freaking now, that I can work on that myself. So I definitely think that's a message for me as well. Um, sometimes we're on the go and we just eat a bunch of crap and whatever's there. Like, no. Like, start thinking about what you're putting into your body. So like, something about the food is really resonating right now for me. So that might resonate with somebody else. But if the food part isn't necessarily the thing, it could be working out. It could be more spiritually based. So maybe meditation, prayer, things like that. Spending time in nature, so on and so forth. It's going to look different for everybody. So think about what a detox looks like for you, right? Keyword, or the that prefix there, me, right? What does it mean to you to take better care of yourself and your being, not just your physical being, but across the board, mind, body, and soul. Do something that's meaningful for you. I'm getting something like that. Yeah, see, my girl, Lati, has been on a roll. She's doing like vegan diet type shit, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for a vegan diet. But I'm very, very, very intrigued slash inspired, I guess would be a good word to use, for what my girl Tears and Wheat Tarot Show has been doing, because she's been on, I think, a pretty relatively strict vegan diet as of lately, which is really cool. I don't like to restrict myself in the sense of saying things like, oh, I can't do it, but I love cheese. and and I don't know if I've done vegetarian, but like, I'm like, but vegan, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can do it, because I love me some cheese. Like actual cheese. I just love it so much. But anyway, I will say my girl is on point with it, and then the stuff would look good too when you post those pictures. I'm like, damn, that actually looks really good. So maybe one day I'm gonna talk to my man. I'm gonna be like, hey babe, let's try to do this and see if we can do it together. We challenge ourselves to like a 2-week challenge or something like that. Go from there. But so we have Skybridge, possibility for union. So I do feel like what they're saying here is like, especially as I'm looking at like the illustration, it's giving me like union with the Most High, right? Look at how there's like those steps, and it's going into like this realm of just like, something else above us. It's giving me that this might be a time for some of you guys to get more in tune with your higher self, um, the Most High, your ancestors, whatever you believe in, right? But again, something outside of yourself. Look into that a little bit more and rely on that a little bit more, because sometimes we're going through so much shit and we forget that we don't have to do everything by ourselves. We shouldn't have to do everything by ourselves. That's where prayer, meditation, all that stuff comes in. I tell you guys all the time on here, y'all might be like, oh, she's a devil worshiper because she reads cards. And like, no, I'm not. I am not a devil worshiper. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in God. I pray every single day, more than once, like 2 to 3 times a day. Like, but it's crazy because, people say, oh, she reads cards, so she must like not believe in God. And I'm like, I do actually. What the fuck are you talking about? Stupid asses. But anyway, it's besides the point. We're not gonna get too crazy on here. Yeah, they are so judgmental, girl. But the point is, it's like, and I say it all the time on the channel. I'm like, this might be a time for you to get, more, personal with the Most High. Like I literally use those words all the time on here. I ain't saying, oh, bow down to me, like I'm the all knowing. Like, no, what the fuck? Like, I don't say no shit like that on here. Like, I literally say I pray all the time, blah blah blah. Go to church if that's your thing. Like, I tell people shit like this all the time, but that's a whole different conversation. Point being, we have uh fool's embrace, transmuting pain. I like that. Transmuting pain. 5656 when I looked up. Adds up to 1111. Make a wish. And we also have repairing the veil, forgiveness. Now, how ironic is it that those came out together? So one of the things I'm getting here is, especially as we're talking about, like, maybe you guys felt like you've overextended in partnerships and blah, 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 right? Throughout this reading, a lot of different energies have been showing up, a lot of different storylines. But the main thing has been the fact that you guys probably, for the most part, have been feeling like you've overextended yourself a lot to the point of depletion, right? That has been a general consensus throughout this reading. Transmuting pain and forgiveness. I'm getting that it's time to forgive those who have made you feel the way that you felt, but it's also time to choose to forgive yourself too for allowing it to happen. We have to take accountability. I say we because a lot of times when we've been through a lot of things, we want to put everything on the other person. But like, part of healing is understanding that we also not, and this is not victim blaming. Don't go, saying that's what I'm saying, because that's not what I'm saying. But for the times where we can acknowledge that we have allowed for certain things to happen, right? We have to accept accountability. Or another way of looking at it too is the fact that we don't want to sit there and beat ourselves up anymore for what we think is our faults. Because there's certain things that are not our faults, right? The things that are our faults or that we played a part in, accept the accountability. But for the things that are not, and we're sitting there blaming ourselves and shit like that and can't heal and can't fucking move forward, learn how to work with that too. I hope that makes sense, because it might sound contradictory to an extent, but if you know, right? Like, it depends on what side of the situation you're on, I have been the person who has blamed myself for things that were not my fault for years, and had to learn how to say, okay, this was never a me problem. But then there's been times where I've stayed in situations way too long with people who mistreated me over and over again. They showed their whole ass. They never were not themselves, and I just didn't listen. You see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. A lot of us have been on one or the other side of those situations, if not both. So I hope that makes sense. One more from him. Like I said, if you know, you know. You know, it's your story or it's not. You know what I mean? All right. And we have galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. It's all connected. It all comes back to one another, right? Everything ends up making sense later. It might not make sense right now, but trust me when I tell you. Under the surface, it all comes back. Why? Because look, as I say, it's all connected. Eye of the needle. It's like interwoven, right? Intentionality. There you go. Intentionality. All comes back. Root girl, the disowned self, and I feel like it's met. Some of these cards I've never even seen before. It's allowing you to come back to yourself, getting back to your roots, understanding who you are, and it goes deep. It goes deep. Dust devil, moving out of stagnation. Exactly. Thank you, Spirit. It's all meant for you to move out of the circumstances that you've been in for a very long time. It's all connected. All comes back to full circle. Right. So, I'm gonna pull from this one last deck because I have two decks here. Where I was like, eeny, meeny, miny. I'm gonna pull from these. I feel more connected to this one right now. I'm just gonna pull one card from this deck. This one. And that will be the end of this reading. For those of you who did resonate, if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. And for those of you who have already, been rocking with your girl and continuously supporting, I am so grateful for you guys. So grateful. Two more shuffles. Chorus. Manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. So it's definitely giving me like, as you're manifesting things, you got to remember the importance of your words, right? Your words, your thoughts, and your intentions. In order to manifest the things that you want, you have to really truly believe it. And I've mentioned this more than once on the channel, but my girl Lati, aka Tears of the Tarot Show, she had posted something a while back, which was talking about law of because there's law of attraction, and she was talking about law of assumption. Law of assumption. And it's basically talking about, not that you believe, but that something is going to happen. Something is yours. Law of attraction is like you're trying to convince yourself, like, oh yes, this is going to happen, blah, 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 blah. And then you try to release, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. Law of assumption. Thank you, Lati. See, I remembered this time. Law of assumption is basically saying that is happening and you accept it as such. And it's that just assume it's gonna happen, right? Very, very different than law of attraction in some aspects, because it's like the law of attraction again is like you're releasing control again, right? Same kind of concept in that regard, but you're also trying to convince yourself, like, okay, well, if I tell myself that, it's like, I believe I can, okay, I believe I can, but like, what if you really don't believe you can? So you keep telling yourself that, but like your thoughts start to manifest instead of what you're saying, and then it's like it becomes very convoluted and it's a contradiction. So you might not actually like require or acquire / attract what it is that you've been hoping to happen, right? I hope that makes sense. But yeah. And I see Tamasha is here. Hey girl. I haven't been on in a while. I know. So yeah, exactly. It's very, very mental, Lati, like you just said. So that's exactly it. So I think that's why that's here. So let's get one card from here. That was just on the bottom of the deck, but Spirit wanted me to elaborate on that a little bit, so I did. But yeah, let's pull one card from here. Thoth. I love this one. Divine magic. The teacher awakens. The student becomes the master. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So you guys, some of y'all might have a story to tell. I got a story to tell. Something about your words. Something about something that you're going to present to others that is going to help others grow. And this might be through your own experiences or things that you've learned from other people. And I just got really, really cold out of nowhere. I was hot and now I'm cold. So usually that's like a sign that, you know, the message is pretty potent. So for those of you who feel like you're like, you know, star seeds, ascended masters, you know, hierophants, so on and so forth. Readers like myself, coaches, so on and so forth. You know, if you feel like there's like something that you're meant to do in terms of helping other people and delivering messages and stuff like that through your experiences or things that you've been like taught and such, you know, you're about to like start teaching other people. You're going to surpass the things that, you know, the knowledge that you've obtained and help other people to do the same. It's very, very cool. I'm going to get one more from here. I just feel drawn to do so. Thank you. Kalima. Divine severance. Cut the cords to dramas, fears, and limitations. See, there's a reason why I felt the need to pull from here. Absolutely. You guys are releasing, right? Your karmic lessons are what is going to be the thing that is going to propel you to be able to be this teacher and help other people. That's what I'm getting. We have, and you're going to be able to do acts of service with it. Jesus is on the bottom of the deck. I knew I was drawn to this fucking deck for a reason, because this is what I saw in my head when I decided to pull. Jesus, act of service, or acts of service rather. When you serve, the universe serves you. You are meant to serve a higher purpose. You are meant to be somebody who helps other people with your lessons and your journey. And I love that. I love that. Bridget, inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. This is a part of your purpose. What you have to teach is going to help so many people. Metatron and Sandalphone. I hope I'm saying that right. Sacred connection, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. Exactly. Didn't I just say that? You're about to understand the purpose of your lessons, and you're going to be able to come into connections with people because of it. That is your purpose. That message that you have to deliver to other people is going to be what's going to connect you to other people, and vice versa. One more card from this deck. Just one. Last message to close out the reading. Again, I hope that you guys have resonated with this message, because this was a good one. I wasn't sure where it was gonna go, so I pulled like a few different decks, like, you know, that I felt drawn to, and I was like, I'm just gonna let spirit guide me, and this was a really nice reading. Definitely meant to evoke some emotions, and you know, I'm just hoping that you guys, you know, got something out of it for sure. Because I was like, I could go with like a love reading or something. I was like, no, it's just telling me just go general, and I'm happy I did. All right, see, you guys, exactly. We have surrender on the bottom of the deck, and it's in the reverse. Gotta let go of something. Release and surrender all control and let nature take its course, as we were just talking about surrendering. So let's get one card from here. Hey, Ren. Source, there we go. This is the card that came out. Source ain't playing with y'all asses. Your connection to Source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. Exactly. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation of what I literally just said a moment ago when I was saying I do what I do because I feel very connected to Source. And one thing I try to do when I do what I do is to have you guys feel connected to Source as well. I'm not here to be the all knowing thing or anything like that, right? I am here to be a an extension, if you will, of God, Source, whatever. And I'm here because I do feel like this is my purpose. I'm here, whether it's through cards or through me just speaking my words and my knowledge. I'm here to help other people in whatever facet that I do that in. I'm a life coach. I do this, and I'm a teacher, like an actual teacher, assistant teacher. So, like with kids with special needs, hence my autism awareness shirt. But point I'm making here is I feel connected to Source constantly. And when I feel the need to do what I do it in different facets. And I hope that I can help draw you guys to do the same thing in different ways, whatever that looks like for you. Going to church if that's your thing. You know, if you guys are also feeling like you're very spiritually guided and gifted as well, and being able to be a prophet or something and tell people something that they need to hear in those moments, like whatever that looks like to you, it's going to look different for everybody. We need to get more closer to this. You know, being in this 3D ass world, it sucks. Being stuck in our 3D selves constantly, where we're not feeling that connection with Source. I think that's part of the problem that we have right now in this world, generally speaking, especially in America. But yeah, I said it. 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it. But no, seriously, like, you know, I think that's a big thing. I think that we all should try to get back to something that's important to us in that way, you know, and that's gonna look different for everybody, right? You know, if you don't believe in God, but you believe in nature. If you do believe in God, but you are afraid to get more connected, what does that look like for you? Like, ask yourself that question. You know, it's gonna look different for everybody. You know, do what works for you, but definitely make sure that you're always understanding that there's something outside of self that helps you grow and elevate. Um, I truly believe that. I really do. Um, and I think that through that we can rely on each other to help build each other up and make this world a better place. I really sound like a fucking hippie. I promise you I did not smoke any weed or anything like that tonight. I did not. I could go for a J right now, but I don't have any weed. I know I sound like a big time hippie right now. But I'm so silly. I'm so serious. Like, heal the world, make it a better place. For you and for me. But no, seriously, I have my moments. I've been like that since I was a little kid, by the way. I was like 3. But I'm so serious. So with all that said, I love y'all. And I'm happy I did tap in and jump on here. Um, I have to work on a schedule and things like that. I'm really trying, guys. I know I say it every time I read, but I am not love you, Michael. I am not like Lottie, where she's a beast. Like, she just goes on, and I'm just like, how does she like do like 3 readings in a day? Like, I want to be like her when I grow up. But there's a reason why she's doing so well on her channel. So for those of you who have not done so already, check her out. Um, Love her. One of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Um, but yeah, no readings today. Keyword today. She did like 3 yesterday. Overachiever. No, I'm just joking with you. But yeah, no, she's the shit though. Just saying. And Aya inspired tarot too. If you were to scroll up in the comments, she was here earlier. Another amazing reader. Demand from earlier too, from Soul of a Man. Yeah. Great people within this community. So I'm just saying, check them out. But yeah, like I said, I love y'all. And I am going to continue to try to make sure that I listen to my body, as you guys should do the same. Listen to your mind. Whatever is happening within yourself is happening for a reason, and pay attention to it. Okay. I think that's the last message that Spirit wanted me to kind of give you guys. Like, don't beat yourself up when you can't do something or you can't show up for people and things like that. Like, you gotta listen to your body. Okay. So, with all that said, love you guys. I'm not gonna give a promise or a guarantee of the next time I'm be on here, but I will say hit the notification bell, and that way you'll know. So until next time, y'all take care of yourselves, and yeah, and your families and things like that. And I love y'all. So until next time, bye.